Welcome back to iceHQ here in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, home of CCM Australia and the Pro Summer Hockey League. Last time we were here, we had a great night of the draft for the Pro League where every team got to pick their players for the upcoming season. I'm going to be joined momentarily with my commentary partner, Carl Brewer, to go over the team lists of the Dogs and see where we think they're going to end up in the year. But before we get to that, let's cut down to our on-ice reporter who sat down with Jamie Burke to talk about his team lists. Alrighty, Jamie, so great draft. It was a lot of fun being there with the guys, and much was said before the draft about your strategy not to protect any goalies. But from what I hear, you picked up a pretty good tandem. What can you tell us about the two goaltenders?
Well, Austin's he's played hockey all over the world. He's played pro. I actually had a scrimmage with him a few weeks ago, and it was outstanding. So. He's going to be great for us. Big goalie, moves well. And we've got Chase Miller, he's got a lot of experience as well. Great kind of team guy. That's one of the main reasons I was like, wanted to go after Chase. He really brings up the vibe in the room, so yeah, it's good.
Yeah, sounds great. I mean, big change. You had two very experienced goaltenders last season. Lots of talent as well as wisdom in the room. So it'd be really great to see these new two goaltenders. Now, much was to be said about the draft and how it worked, and with some of the trades and some of the picks. And you got a lot of really great talent on the draft. And could you tell me who you think was probably the biggest steal that you were able to get tonight?
Probably Austin, the goalie. I got him at 12. We were going to take him a bit early. I think we we're going to take him at 8, but I knew the other teams had their goalies already, so kind of held off just that little bit, hoping he'd still be there. I kind of knew he'd be there because, like I said, the other teams had their starters. But yeah, I think Austin at 12 is a massive steal for us. Wait till you see him play.
Oh, Austin made lots of big ups, but it sounds like the scouts did quite good work for you, right? Finding people from all over, which is great. And I mean, looking down the list, and we see this with a few of the other teams, but yours specifically, right? We talked about the undefeated season last year. You guys kind of run it all the way to the championship, and it looks like you brought back a lot of the talent. Can you kind of just talk to me a little bit about that? What was your mentality on that?
Well, look. When we first started the league last year, and everyone's like, well, the Dogs, they're going to be great. And we lived up to that expectation. So we didn't need to change it. I thought we tried to get as many boys back as we could, which I feel like we did a pretty good job. I think we only just down about 5 guys from last year. So, but the guys we replaced them with, I think they're going to be great. A couple of young guys, a couple of older guys who are experienced. So yeah, I think it's going to be really good. It's going to be a fun year again.
Yeah, and I guess being behind the bench, it's going to be a little different for you. I know you'd be itching to be out there and playing, but as a coach, can you give me a little prediction? How do you think you guys are going to finish the season?
Look, it's hard because I don't actually know all the team list yet. So, but I can see us making finals again, hopefully winning it again. But I think this season's going to be a lot closer than last year. We've saved our players, we've done a few trades, and yeah, I think it's going to be a lot different this year.
Well, if you do win it this season, you'll be the first player to win as a player and a coach. So good luck to you, Berkey, and thanks for the night. Well, Carl, that sounds like we had a really great chat with Jamie. He seems modestly confident that his team as well has a really good chance going into next season. I just want to welcome you back. It's great to be together here again. I know we had a lot of fun last season.
Thanks, Gossy. It's great. It was a lot of fun last season and leading into whatever happens throughout the rest of the year. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about with this particular Dogs team.
Yeah, definitely. The goalies, exactly. My favorite position on the team. You got to build from the net out. And the interesting thing about this team this season with the Dogs is they have a brand new goalie tandem. They were led with a lot of experience last season. Dane Davis in net, Damian Holland backing them up. But this year they have 2 brand new goalies. And Jamie sounds really hot on that number 1 goalie that he picked. He thinks it was the biggest steal in the draft, and that was Austin Lefkowitz. He comes from the U.S. He played in Div 1 hockey for Syracuse University. The last 2 seasons there, he had over 900 save percentage, with the last one at 9.23, which means he stops a lot of rubber. And he actually even went over then following that season to go play over some pro hockey in Finland. So he's going to be a great starting goaltender, and he's backed up by Chase Miller, who's an absolute great team guy. I know him, absolute great bloke, but he's no snuff of a goaltender as well. He's great. He actually is one of the players that played in line when the Pro Hockey League was an inline competition. I believe that was for the Inferno. So he's pumped to be back in the fold. And following the draft, those two had already, they were both here live. They already started chatting about what they were going to do next season. So I'm really hot on this new goalie tandem, and the Dogs will be needing them to be at their best if they're hoping to repeat.
Well, you're absolutely right, Gossy, but I think one of the things that sometimes gets forgotten about goalie statistics is that it's not just the goal themselves, it's the defensive players in front of them. And when I look at what the Dogs have done this time, they've got Troy Robinson. He's the guy you don't want to meet in a dark alley at night, yeah? He's pretty strong and pretty powerful. Does take a few risks indeed. He likes to go for that high check up on the blue line, can sometimes get exposed. But for mine, the big pick that the Dogs did particularly well was picking up Kahu Joyce. If you want a magnificent defensive player who can do anything and will protect those goalies and allow them to get those great statistics, you need guys like Troy playing with discipline, and you also need guys like Kahu and so forth who are going to really provide that really solid wall of defence in front of the goalie, so when they do get shots, they're not going to be good quality shots and they're going to make it look easy.
Yeah, that's for sure. I know he's a fan favorite. I remember last season he had the whole gang out here cheering his name. And you're right, they're going to be a really hard team to play against. And what's interesting, talking to Jamie as well, was that, they tried to bring as much of that core team back together. And what's not broke, don't need to fix, right? You got, their core protected six. They've got guys like Ruddle back. They've got Verjasov back. They picked up Brian Tashuma again, Ryan Bennett, another big bad boy on the back line.
Let's make sure we don't forget about Jack Carpenter, who's one of those defensive players who brings that real passion and energy to the game. I love watching him play. He always comes with a big smile on his face, and you can tell that he loves playing hockey. The way he back checks, manages defence is fantastic. Does occasionally get caught a little bit too much on a rush. Again, a little bit like, not so much like Troy. He's not trying to smash people and knock them over quite so much. He does occasionally overextend himself a little bit. So Dogs will need to be careful and make sure they've got that backed up.
Yeah, Carpy's a great guy. I mean, he can score goals. I love watching him play. And he's one of those players before the game. I remember last season, I said, "Are you going to score a goal today?" He said, 100%. And sure enough, second period, I think he had a clapper from the blue line over there, and he put that one in the net. But, the Dogs also have a couple other guys that they protected, right? They had Corey Stringer, legs for days. This guy can get up and down the ice quicker than most can order a drink around here, right? And he can do it on both ends, right? Forward, defense, does it all. And they also have the young Justin Dixon, who, if you're ever out here watching him play, the thing I notice about Justin is his play off the puck, some of the routes that he's doing on the ice, and he knows when to come off on a change, knows how to play that energy. Absolutely brilliant young player.
He does have an awful lot of talent. He did go off and compete in the, I think it was the Division 3 Worlds over in Mexico last season, and came back from that even more developed and even as a better player. Another one that's a little bit unsung, he slips under the radar an awful lot, which is unfortunate, because he's actually one of the most effective defensemen you're ever going to see, and that's Trevor Leo. I love watching him play in particular. He's got his real discipline to playing his position. He doesn't get caught out of position. He's always reading the attack, reading the flow, and make sure that no one ever gets behind him, and that's so core for a defenseman. So when he's teamed up with someone on a line pair, like for example with a Troy or with a Jack Carpenter, you've got that really safety behind him, or even Kahu. Kahu likes to go for a bit of a skate sometimes. You know that Trevor's got your back.
It's definitely hard to get anything past Trevor. I know I play ice hockey fantasy with him, and I've been trying to get a trade through with him forever. So if he can stop the play out on the ice as much as he can stop my requests for Morgan Riley, I'm sure the Dogs will be absolutely fine.
Not much slips past him.
Yeah, the Dogs, great draft, right? They also picked up Lockie Walls, great player, hell of a shot. Does well both on ice, but also on inline, right? He came back with a championship for Victoria recently on the roller skates. Luke Fisher as well, who had a couple games there with the Ducks, apart with some injuries, and they're rounded out with guys like Sean Campbell and Casey Minson. So I mean, this team, they were great last year. The only question mark really for this season is the goaltending, seeing as though Jamie didn't pick a goalie to be protected, but I think the two that he's got are going to be fine.
I don't think goaltending is going to be their issue at all. I mean, obviously Dane Davis is one of the best goalkeepers in the country, but they've replaced him with some pretty handy things there. But it's that wall of defence in front of them that makes the goalie's job easier or not. And I think the Dogs have done a fantastic job of getting a really good, solid core four or five defensive players who are going to make them very, very hard to score against.
I know I'm looking forward to
build on it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Austin and chasing goals and all those great players we talked in front. January, they'll be out here live. I know Jamie was a little coy saying, we went undefeated last season. He wasn't one of the coaches that said he was going to go 16-0. But you never know with these dogs. I think they'll definitely make finals. They're definitely the team to beat. As you mentioned, they've got a target on their back. Only time will tell.
Yep, we can't wait for it.
Looking forward to seeing you guys soon.